This is the bog standard. They love to run the fade on this map, despite not having the Sova, which can counter the lockdown. They are so good at still making space in this situation and dealing with that combination. Makes it very unorthodox to play against, but one we haven't seen. We haven't seen Loud go up against them. In the past, you would have expected this to be a massive battleground for these two teams, but they just have not tested each other until now.
Unexplored waters between these two juggernauts finally clashing, this time with the stakes as high as they have ever been. Loud on the attacking side, a heavy lean towards A right now, as it seems like they're going to want to split into a lot of the teeth of what Navi have on defense, but Zipham's the first to fall.
And Knife did not get the killjoy, so they still have those nanos available if they end up pouncing here. Angel did use his smoke. He's going to try to peek over towards A main, maybe get something into tree. But the rotate's getting pulled right now. And Louder working this very well against Navi.
A little bit of a deep smoke.
30
as
seconds
another
left.
countered, allowing CNED and Angel to both drop out from heaven. No real idea of what's up there. He's got the dash proc, instantly has to reposition, 67 HP, looking for another angle. Finding comfort in the confines of the smoke, and CNED with the second, very clean. I mean, this 1-2 punch of CNED and Angel might have just secured the round. They've gotten almost all of them. Holy Les! Oh, he had to get one more, and he just wasn't able to do it.
Clean up that final kill, and good movement too, because if he falls, all of a sudden you have to play this little footsie game. Which, honestly, is how the round started, too.
I think on the other side of things, too, very reminiscent of what we saw on Pearl. Les with a hot start, but the pistol lost. We'll see how they can convert. Aspas once again with the Marshall.
Yeah, early in these games, the Des touched on Les's performance at the beginning of Pearl 2. And overall, it felt like he was the guy trying to will them back into that map. Give them some energy. And it looked like a cohesive unit at the end, but at the beginning, it was slow going. Trying to get their bearings about the game plan ahead of them. See if that same thing begins, because that would be real bad when you need every attack round you can get on this.
CNED looking for the challenge on the second. Sadak is bold to face. A little damage dealt. Angel's positioning here could be really nice. The first couple of shots are errant. He has to take a step back.
No pressure. He had on this killjoy setup, and Zipon's knife is perfectly timed. Still not quite sure exactly what Loud are doing, though. And you're looking to see CNED actually spot into mid right now. Just because Angel and Shao are actually really up close here. They could fall, and if they fall, that's two guns that are easily given back.
Scoop-upable, some might say, but I mean, it's just Loud that's getting picked to shreds.
Yeah, it's a tough setup to break, but very risky one to go at anyways. And we're not going to see that magic.
We've got to talk about Angel's hot start on map 2. I mean, you imagine sometimes there are flashes in the pan for the guy, and you go, well, that's not sustainable, right? You know you can't do that again, but it's an excellent start for the IGL.
In this instance, here so far, not so much. And starting on the defense, I think, is a different story.
Yeah, he's the one eating now.
Oh, early peek from CNED. Doesn't get any damage done to him, but does do a little to Sadak. A risky peek, and I think Sadak's going to try to clear up mid, knowing where the jet is, but there might be a trap here.
What's across? There's really nothing else on the other side. I mean, even if Shao swings, he has to wait a little bit for reinforcements to arrive and spawn, which they've just now done.
Well, don't forget, too, Angel could have flashed at any moment from tree. And they will re-clear and go down mid right now. This is crazy. In the mid round.
Oh my gosh, CNED. Les tried countering at just the right time, but he was overwhelmed.
I mean, what is that from CNED? It felt like 3 bullets. Sprayed wildly. Oh my God.
Hello. Talk about wild, talk about aggressive, ambitious, and bold, but perhaps it's enough. Only one found, and
second, and still it found his head. Look at this.
What?
The lineup is beautiful. Again, it's so difficult to stay in this map if you're not going to start accruing a few attack rounds. And they need to come at some point.
I mean, given how this map plays, sometimes it feels like 4 rounds on attack is a win.
Especially when you have a little bit more standard of comps.
Yeah.
When you're not playing with any of the Viper or anything like that, which did come and go out of the meta.
Shadows traveling.
Talk about abandoning ideas too. Loud instantly after that one game they played against DRX, abandoning the breach comp that they tried. Look at this, they're getting aggressive again on Cat. Aspas here.
Oh, the paranoia was so good. I mean, that's the only thing that saved his life.
Yeah, he didn't know how close they were either, because he could have seen them for sure. CNED still dueling in mid.
The alarm bot is still up too, so if CNED wants to take a step back, he can reposition and know they're still covered with utility.
Oh,
No way.
that turret's not going to be able to get timing, but for a second there, it looked like Sugetsu might get picked off by less, but it's passive from him. That looks like it's pointed at him.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's just staring. You're right.
30 seconds left.
The alarm bot's spotting mid. The turret cleared. The door follows too. You only got 2 members from Navi back site. If Loud want to make a run at this with the pistols that they have in the Stinger and Tui's hands, they're going to have to do so with some ferocious velocity because reinforcements for Navi are coming. The defense has started to rotate through spawn. They're starting to feel some of the pressure. 10 seconds left, and the spike still isn't fully out on site. That flash is so good out from Zipan, man. How do they get through this? The sheriffs are working. Sugetsu feeling some of the pressure. The spike.
Momentum scoring for Navi, despite the fact that that scoreline is growing. That bank will take a hit there.
Operator in the hands of CNED. 8-2 right now for the star from Navi. He's got blades to work with too. Oh, that high-low, that high-low and the one-way is just too much. Angel's not able to find any value as Loud barrel through the defenses of Navi.
CNED's trying to re-peek into this. He's so active, but the drone's still up, and he's tagged by it.
Laughing in the face of danger, pure
He
disrespect.
bought time, though, for Shao to get on site.
Aspas falling, Shao with a really nice haunt.
That's an instant pop there. They're going to use the Hunter's Fury to get him out of that position.
Shao's dead. Shao's so dead.
So all that work for nothing.
Sugetsu's gone re-aggressing, and he might find the timing on less. He's
Oh!
gonna find the timing on the flank! They bowled that utility out, and Sugetsu almost gets a second!
But Tui's TP still maintains the space. They just got to get through. And
I mean, what do you even choose to replay from that round?
I know, right? I do want to bring attention to Cowanzine again there. Taking a duel against Angel, that's the first duel. Cowanzine was 4-0 on first kills to first deaths. Continue that. That's the sort of thing that you look for some extra success as they push me.
Holy aggression! I mean, the haunt found everyone. Fortunate for them, it was just 1 kill.
Yeah, but it's gained so much space in mid at the same time. Smoking tiles.
I mean, look at this crossfire. Sugetsu's here. Les is dead. They had seen it to help in case things got too messy, and that Nightfall's gonna hit them all. The C's too, they've got the Prowlers, they can't get out.
They're so low.
They're so heavily suffocated by Navi.
It's 1 HP, despite not taking any damage up to that point. Just temporary damage, that's crazy.
My doubles.
That's the thing that you don't really calculate into the 3 rifles. Excuse me, plus the Guardian too. Makes this still a very dangerous round.
I mean, what a cool setup. They had the paranoia out from B, the dash in towards B, and the flash from out tree from Zipan.
Yeah, and it's trying to go deep enough that it's the looking at the players. So he's basically flashing them from behind.
Blocking sight.
It's a different variation on this Sharks attack pounce, but the thing is, it was just Les who was over there. He's already fallen. The rest of Loud towards A. Aspas is already out on site. He's gonna have to turn that flash. They know where he is. Epic cleans him up, and it's once again a slaughter. Another.
Navi is taking advantage of a Loud squad that has lost confidence in their identity on these specific maps. Ascent is no different. It's a place where they lost at home.
CNED, early challenge, has to dash away.
And these are the things that are difficult. Again, I'm saying, CNED constantly peeking places and never getting punished for it. So you have to be very careful how you approach the center of the map or any extremities at all if you're Loud. And that's causing so much labored efforts in their defaults. Looks like Cowanzine playing anti-flash for something to come More out on Cat. Instead, though, Navi is taking this opportunity to swap players. Zipon started over towards B. CNED swaps his way back towards Market. And they leave Angel alone on A for a long time here.
CNED creeping up towards middle.
If he peeks for info right now.
Calling my bot.
He would have gotten a lot, you're right.
And he just did. He just jump spot. And that's 3 players now from Navi, where it was a second ago, nobody except Angel. Now they're going to have everybody. Still time to
30
pivot.
seconds left.
Loud desperately need to get around on the board here. Remember, on the attacking side, if you get to 4, you'll take those. Look at that deep smoke. They want to push
It
up.
blocked the flash, though.
They're so aggressive into this, and they have no idea that Zip's here. And you've got CNED, who's there too. The flash out, the swing, but what? What a response from Loud.
Player standing.
Perhaps finding comfort in desperation.
That's a big blunder there from Navi. Might give room for Loud to get back into this game again. Zipon and CNED walked into the crossfire. Yes, there's a flash, but you're walking into a 50-50 angle.
I mean, they've just won so many of those 50-50s so far, though.
Both looking at the same direction, though. Trying to swing to help and deny the plant.
Yeah.
Where Aspas just stays window. Crossfire at its most basic.
Couple style points are going to get Loud a second round and are going to draw a timeout out from Navi. Yeah, that's just Phil.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. That flash, they're running away from it.
Closer to the standard. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. The knife takes flight. Getting a little bit of info. Oh, that option.
It's a fight that CNED constantly taking. He's not exactly finding value, but he's constantly
applying pressure.
That's right, unless the same situation gets Sugetsu. That has not been a situation where Sugetsu has died before his util pops off in this map so far. So talk about a huge advantage here, because you have to re-bolster this B site.
CNED's really far ahead of this. He's got the op. He still has dash too. When does he proc? Les has been good. Oh, where'd he go? He disappeared.
He's gonna peek off the turret. CNED knows. And the knife indicates a lot of market presence, especially spotting that it's empty. Loud, are you gonna go with that info or go towards the A side?
It seems like they want to go A. That paranoia just barely out of reach from Angel. I don't think it tagged.
Oh, he's up close. Angel could completely snuff this play.
30 seconds left.
And it seems like Loud are the ones who are sniffing out what's going on the other side.
Now it's CNED's turn.
Just up by himself.
That's dash still.
Spam out through the door, and he legged Sadak 5 HP. I mean, he's beaten, he's battered, but he swings out with the classic and he's flashed. Nobody can see a thing, but CNED falls. 10 seconds left. Loud established control, not just of the site, but Tui's puts his foot down mid. What can Zipon do?
And Les, huge in this one. What a spam onto CNED too. Somehow, some way, he was staying alive for so long. Sugetsu's first death there. And they're leaving tools up here for Loud. They still have that lockdown. And Sugetsu has his, but oh, his setup is very deep spread. He's got nanos in mid, alarm bot on Cat, and a turret on B. Somehow he's keeping them all active. And he can start to play retake on both sides, despite Navi playing full 3 players on A. That shock just took down one of those nanos.
The thing is, they don't know that it's nanos. You wouldn't normally be expecting that. It's often the alarm bot that's placed there.
Slight visual cue if you're watching it, but other than that, nothing to know if you've damaged it anyways.
Right. That somehow at the opener there took a ton of damage. 17 HP left in the round. See it smoke out. The drone's going to clear full A.
And spotting the alarm bot there is key, because that's not been there, remember.
Yeah. Do they push into that off of Angel's paranoia? No. Not fully convinced of what's on the other side. Are they going to fade this?
Yeah, just
30
fake footsteps
seconds
away.
left.
Yeah.
More noise in mid too. This flash is going to be a nice line, and Zipon's dead. The timing awful.
The paranoia on the other side too, and they've darted through this. Aspas has gotten two. Kawanzin joining in on the fun. And Navi want none of it.
My ult is ready.
Insta plant for Kawanzin, gets him his ult too. So even if the kills didn't come in, if they got that sight, got a counter against the lockdown. And once again, Loud maintaining the tools that they need to really start to balloon this. I mean, we're talking about 4 rounds on attack. They're getting there and potentially even more.
Yeah, that's a costly gun loss from Sugetsu. I mean, Loud have so much money, I'm surprised they're not hunting more. Yeah, you guys are fun.
We found him. The Brazilians have arrived. Right, that's a huge impact. Now V broke in this instance. Look at these entries. Quick from Aspas. And Angel's just wandering through that nade.
2-round lead, but Loud have awoken. We talked about this fight mid and the value that Scenic could find. This time it's just a Marshall.
Where was Angel even standing there? I feel like he was on top of Dice.
Spike dropped.
Xiao has this really aggressive angle.
Yeah, off the
There are
turret. That's on his right, too. That's going to take contact for him.
A lot of Loud members on the other side, but they're wise to it. They don't walk up dry, they flash the angle, and they get the space.
It's so interesting, too, here. I think they think that Navi might have forced up, so they're using the lockdown, but there's not much behind this.
And Xiao just playing within inches of his life and ultimately finds his demise nonetheless. How do Navi funnel out from this? Can they funnel out from this?
Look at Les, he's gotten all the way up market, too. This is a flank possible, especially with this paranoia. He could even start to run if he wants to.
Yeah, but Angel's on a flank too. Angel's on a flank, CNED's playing up on switch.
And CNED thinks he's cleared close logs right now. Instead, it's a player in the market who can end everything.
Les is gonna do it on his own, isn't he? By himself. First shot a little bit labored, but finally meets its mark. Meanwhile, Aspas joining in on it. Les with 2 on the round, the third around the wall. Sugetsu cleans it up. He's gonna have to do it on his own.
And there's things that working that you remember from the iconic Ascent that Loud used to play consistently. Kawanzin's Odin coming into effect as well. Ooh, the different types of ults that have been up for so long. Sugetsu needs to find value out of his, but there's the Hunter's Fury up for Kawanzin. Look at this op from Tui's instead of Aspas here. Attack side up with the flash coming in. Oh, a missed shot. Angel lucky to get away with his life again. That spot went up too as well. He's using all that bank. What is that?
I mean, when you've got that much money, it works. You see the paranoia out towards mid, trying to catch Angel, but he's gonna push in front of it. Instantly tucks back though. The ult out from Sadak, but the swing out from CNED. Angel in a massive position to make an even bigger play.
Res coming up. Zipon, can he try to deny? I love this from Aspas, getting extra space, but can't get out now.
45 HP, he dashes back. Power in the jet mobility.
It's crazy that all this has happened, still 40 seconds left. Loud can pivot anywhere they want to. Especially now that Sugetsu's down. There's no KJ util on that B site, despite it looking on the
30
minimap.
seconds left.
And they're going to commit to this A split. Tui's has a crucial job to clear A main here. And that's what they're really careful of right now.
The timing on it's interesting because they're funneling out without having fully cleared it. Maybe hoping to get your timing on someone who might be there, but Zipan with 4 HP, down in hell, trying to stay alive. 10 seconds left on them to get the spike down, and it's all gone their way. Xiao left in a 1v3.
Info TP to try to catch him, which dodges the knife, but they should know he's in tree.
I mean, Kawanzin's here with the Odin on the other side. Safety valves in place.
One way, just at the perfect time.
Yeah, I mean, such a frustrating situation to be in as a player. To realize there is no wiggle room. There is no way to take an advantage. It's another.
And now we flip. And Navi's attack sides can definitely have that same punch. But it's hit or miss in some instances. Look at CNED. He's been so active all series long. 2 maps where he has the ability to be that person for Navi. Shock dart off the turret possible. He fires it off anyways, trying to catch Sugetsu creeping.
I mean,
Angel, again, I mean, this is what he does. He's first contact up mid while CNED holds his cat, really looking for something.
Which again, I mean, on most other teams, those roles are swapped.
Yes.
Right? It's CNED who's taking mid, who's trying to be first contact, but you have your controller or somebody else covering you, cat. But this is just the Navi way.
Yep. And oftentimes it leaves them without a smoke. There's smoke. Only a single one this round, by the way. They used it at the beginning of the round to work Angel into that position. Get that alarm bot down, get market control. And he's going to use it again, 5 seconds until the next one for spawn.
I mean, they've poked and prodded a little bit, and yeah, Aspas took some damage, but they really haven't found much else.
Yep.
And they're going to be pushing into this two-player setup out from Loud. I love this from Sonic, just an aid to delay, right? Not even interested in taking the fight, knowing how long Navi have burned the clock.
There's 3 players on this.
It's going to be a bloodbath. They're all fighting on the site. The only 2 that aren't close by are the spike holders. Of course, CNED swinging around trying to find one. He does. Aspas, Kawanzine up high too. It's just too much.
Players on site, Sadak in this instance. Right here, look at this. That smoke, there's nobody able to shoot him at that point from A main.
IGL and elation out from Loud's coach as they take the lead. You see the buy for Navi, it's not great. They don't really invest a ton, 3 sheriffs. Light armor for CNED in this too.
This could be dangerous. And they're fighting cautiously. Off the turret again, really making sure Sugetsu doesn't get any space here. A lot of damage done. If I'm Navi here, you're looking to try to control some of these orbs, really start to stack up on them.
Oh, that hurt.
That's massive.
Talk about finding value. Xiao just went down and he was the healthiest one of the bunch.
Yeah. I mean, this much damage early in the eco round spells disaster for it. Really reduces the chances. So all these little chip damage setups that Kawanzine is playing on this site, working really nice.
More than just a chip there on Angel.
CNED's behind him at this point.
Uh-oh. They might pull this off. CNED's gonna have to continue to be massive. Zipan's there to help. They've gotten out onto the site. They've left Sugetsu to control B.
That's a Bulldog too.
And that's where Sadak is going.
Sugetsu's completely unaware though.
He's got a classic. He's not healthy. I mean, he's dead. He's done.
Yeah, still though.
Bulldog for CNED, you're right.
And the flash as well from Zipun, so they can definitely make a play off of this. Both back sight though. And that knife cancels all of that.
And the paranoia. They go in behind it, surely. You hear the nade out from Sadak. But that was a little shallow. I think that was intended to go back sight. There's the flash. There's the swing. It's just one left. Can Sadak do it on his own? No! CNED
hitting a thrifty win. Just buying up a couple sheriffs. What is that? Whew.
And I've got to go back to the opening of the round. You think about the shock darts that came through from Kawanzine.
The elation from Fraud last round all of a sudden turning to frustration. Feelings echoed by the crowd right now too. Ooh. But they're gonna make an attempt at this. Les has a Vandal too. And instead, it's the eco that's finding some value early on in this one.
On both sides, yeah. I ain't just so concerned of the potential push.
I mean, they already saw it once.
Yeah.
What do they do to back it up? Shout. Could use Prowlers. Instead, without Haunt clearing bottom mid, Angel's gonna set up on Cat, insert himself. He has a Phantom. I don't think you want to go lurking by yourself.
Oh, but again, that's the Angel way. I thought he was going to do it.
Did anybody get suppressed there by that knife? No. Throwing cross map from Sadak. That is the cue for them to go.
Les has a Vandal here, the only one that's standing. Aspas has shown up with the Marshall, currently smoked off.
Big
oh
dog!
My goodness, they're all lit up! And he preserves life. They've got a shot at this. It might just all be Les, but that might be enough. Turning the flash, looking for another, and it connects. Only Sugetsu standing. A 1v4 if he wants to win this round. And he's certainly healthy enough to do it, but he does not have enough time. He cannot.
And we're staying as close as possible. Remember, after Loud won that pistol, that was the first lead they've had all series, and now...
But the setup from Kawanzine was insane.
And they bolstered their economy, so absolutely. These little things. He gets his Odin online, And they get the op online for Aspas. Let's see if he can start hitting.
Yes, he can. He's gonna get a shot at a second. Asenet's dashing into his lap. He's trying to take the fight to him.
Head-to-head coming to full fruition there. CNED looking to punish. I like taking the risk on that. Again, hero buy from Navi in this instance. 2 rifles bought up, sheriffs from the rest. Long range.
That's as clean as you could possibly ask for. But once again, another nice counter. Just 2 rifles left on the side of Navi. And one of them just hit the floor.
Drone perfectly timed as well. Does it clear market? Yes, Kaunzine too aware. And in other times, CNED might have his dash to dash on that drone, but instead has to be cautious with this one.
I mean, the spike's gonna make its way out onto site.
Ooh, that's a great hunt to ping Aspas. Could have been value there for CNED, but he goes the wrong way and leaves Shao in a 1v4.
Even with the information gathered from his utility, and you have no armor, a 1v4, the flash around, he's got to take a step back, spam through the wall. As Loud get another. And that
strategy to end up feeling like that team, that top team of Americas, the winner of Americas, runner-up at lock-in.
2 ults for the defense, and they're meaningful ones at that. Meanwhile, Navi have full rifle. Shao's already taken a little bit of damage. They've taken so much space towards garage already, and they've inserted Aspas with the op. Oh.
How's he even getting that?
I mean, that was so close. What? How does he know?
And the turret's faced the wrong way.
A costly mistake.
What's even going on there?
Either way, Navi having to find success in space elsewhere. CNED exploring mid. They're going to try to split the side up, the map up as best as they can. That's a clean shot onto Les. You've got Aspas on the other side with the op, and Charles Nettington, what was that?
He didn't even stop. Didn't use counter strafes at all.
No, he scooped up the op too. Numbers in favor of Navi. And once again, an unexpected situation.
Still very doable here from the side of Loud.
And really no reason not to go for it. They've got the money. They have the resources.
Oh, that dart clears all of sight. It's only one on site at Shao.
Surely you get spammed, right? Yeah, you're dead.
And now they know about the rest. What's going on here? Angel's gonna peek out.
Ill-advised. I mean, Cena trying to hold one side, but there's too much pressure coming in elsewhere. He's got blades. Does he pop them?
Do they know where he is?
Does he
he's
go?
somewhere else?
Does he go? The op shot misses.
CNED was offside. It looked like everybody was away. But CNED does not have that info. And so he plays differently than what Loud was expecting. And he makes some noise back sight. That's just crazy. Finally finding value out of the op, though, in multiple rounds and looking for it again.
And honestly, when you're trying to put together a championship run, that's what you want.
It's looking like Navi want to full send on this A site without any information elsewhere on the map. As soon as this smoke fades, it's time to go.
First smoke, Sadak. That nade is gonna cause a little bit of trouble, but CNED's already out. Angel has joined him, using him like a duelist.
Spike down A.
I'm looking for the timing of these no commands and the lockdown. Sadak up close. He might have just ended the round right here without using anything. Look at him go.
Sadak with 4, give him the ace.
Sadak, what is this? Spamming on the first, that's a ping by him. A flash to take down CNED. The teammates break the door and everything is coming in at the same time. The hot, the Sobo. The crowd finally starting to get this confidence on this stage that's been lacking in the series so far.
It's been lacking since Tokyo. But it seems like a return to form. Aspas with the op, the first shot just a bit wide. He's feeling a lot of pressure. We're in for something special here as the 1-2 punch is just too much.
Oh.
But Bennett Chow, what?
That's the 1-2 punch. Where did that come from? Following up on all the kills. And they've got a free A site.
A ferocious 2K from both. Kawanzin left alone.
Spike planted.
Is he going to be able to upgrade a weapon? It's just Odin.
That's as upgraded as you can.
Yeah, I guess it is the best gun in the game. 13 seconds to his dart. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer.
And you saw that brief decision there. The knife spots him.
Yeah.
He can either go back up heaven, which is maybe what they expect, or go back here.
The nade to dissuade. Zipman, no idea. Assassination style. He tries to snap on the second. Not going to connect.
Shao down in dark. What is this? Like, how did this turn around? We thought for sure they were cleaning this up.
Oh my gosh, he almost got that third.
Tui's and Sadak were hungry, running down Cat.
Yeah.
They didn't actually be all on this B side. We've seen their willingness to start really hitting these sites. And they've got the ults to do it.
I think on the defensive side too, interesting to note, Sadak bought a judge, and it's not from lack of money. This is the play they want to make.
Oh, Zipon just used his ult. That suppresses almost everybody on the map. There's no KJ util left. Loud did not go for an anti-KJ.
And that's the important one. You imagine they're just going to give up the space and try to play retake because of the ults that they have. Les has to stay alive. Gets away.
Oh, lockdown infested, but they're in the site anyway, so that's no longer going to be a factor. Now they have to play anti-lockdown from Les. And that's difficult when Sadak has his own no command, but only a judge from him with 5K.
That knife from Zipman just hit Les, so they're going to have to wait even longer.
Well, Loud still have to do the first step, which is take over the front of site. Now they can play backside because he does it from spawn.
I mean, NAVI may have everything they could possibly want, and they've got Sugetsu swinging around. They're going to have to deal with him, and he's just baiting them out, man. Using himself as a carrot on a stick, dangling, drawing attention. But it may not be enough. They've gotten their way out. It's going to be a 2v2 Sonic upgrading a weapon. Zipman trying to dance around the flick, almost lands.
He's got a stick.
Needs to be clutch. He needs to cause problems, and he does!
The perfect weapon! And he just doesn't get the kills. How does he not get that on a shot? In this right away.
Loud still hanging on to a 2-round lead. Sadak still with his ult. And the Op Prospas currently playing mid.
These death balls have been much better for Na'Vi than any of their defaults.
Yeah.
And they're still sticking to it, but a lot less ults.
The money for them isn't great either. Na'Vi have to continue to find value, and that is gorgeous.
We've seen that before from Na'Vi. Just getting the spam off the mini-map there with the ult is just so perfect. And Angel's not even risking his life there.
I mean, they're essentially using it as a Yoru ult in a lot of ways.
Just crazy.
What do Loud do here? Na'Vi trying to hang on. They have 4 members on site.
Yeah.
Just Sugetsu playing off. And the knife tagged him. So they should know where he is. The Op not finding its mark. That nade is going to cause some problems. Seeing it down to 38 HP, and he's dealt with. Remember, you still have to deal with Sugetsu. And now he finds the right moment to strike. The barrage of bullets not connecting. But Loud finding space. Angel having to clutch for Na'Vi. And he's not going to do it. Loud's going to get the defuse.
How often are we seeing these Loud retakes? I mean, outside of that 1v2 from Shao moments ago, these Loud retakes look impossible, yet they still get old comfort here with this default. It's not going to be fast.
And it's not going to be ferocious either. Look at their buy. Just one rifle.
It's shambles.
Sugetsu.
That is a absolutely broken buy. And it's Sugetsu too, not one of the entries, not CNED and not Angel. I don't know how he's in that category, but he is.
Not their second duelist.
He gets a kill anyways, top mid onto Aspas.
Well, hold up.
Was he jump spotting there?
That was the big one. Can they do it with odds stacked against them? Where statistics say you shouldn't be able to pull this off.
Remember, on Pearl, they were on a low buy too, and they closed out that match.
Can they defy those expectations as Sugetsu gets another?
I mean, never doubt putting your faith into Sugetsu in these moments, but that's the spike there, and Sugetsu not able to trade. Still no weapons recovered.
Tui's calm on it, able to
another kill!
But he falls. I mean, Sugetsu might ace his way into this.
Smoke behind to cover up their tracks. Les is hot on them though.
Kalanzin showing up, he has Dart, he has 2 shocks. Odin still in play.
Weapons finally recovered for other players too.
Well, just Angel at this point. Less what? Sugetsu with 4. The ace on the cards. As the crowd tries willing him there. Kalanzin left by himself, just the Odin.
Don't forget, this was a round Navi was basically saving. They forced up with almost nothing. And Sugetsu with a hero Vandal gets all 4 kills. And he's not going to be given the opportunity. Although I think he heard him chase him down right now. He's running into mid.
He's gone hunting. He wants it. Kalanzin wise not to repeat. He grabbed the op. He's able to carry it.
What we've just seen. Hero plays. All attention goes to the stars. All attention goes to players like Aspas to close this game out. If that's what it's going to take, that's what it's going to take. What a round. Even though we've been deathballing towards B as Navi, they have been exploring mid in a few of these instances.
This is so bold. This is so bold. You have 2Es above from top cat.
There's nobody playing on B site right now because they're all supporting Aspas going for this kill. Lockdown now. Potentially, yeah, it's up.
The duel's gonna come through. Aspas looking the wrong way, but the snap on his Zipan is good.
Cover going out. And this is the problem with deathballing. Whenever you want to pivot, whenever you're not getting enough information for you to send it, you have to re-clear so much.
I mean, you're blind.
And that's why Loud is going for that play in the first place.
Complete lack of awareness and a desperate need for reconnaissance to find out what else is going on.
Bomb grenade out.
But hero plays have been made. They're gonna hit this site 4 versus 3.
Can Navi stay alive?
Sadak has his ult right now with 37 seconds. He's not popping it for some reason.
Patience on it, there it is. That's the cue, they've got the lockdown to buy time.
This gets
Navi,
space deep.
once again, burning the clock.
They forgot about the lockdown!
Sadak clears it out.
How do they get in now?
I don't think they can. It's just 3 left. There's still 2 members of Loud on site. And in very Navi fashion, they burn the clock all the way down, and maybe not a moment too soon. Less than 2 is the youngster stay alive, but Sugetsu with another massive play. Can 2Es 1v2 to take us to bind? 2Es creeping around, keeping his position quiet, keeping it secure, keeping it safe. And Navi wisely not giving him a fight. They're gonna force him to make a play.
He's coming for it though.
2Es spotting just an elbow of the first, closing the door, baiting the fight.
He might get half off that no.
No, it's just a tap. The door's been broken. 2Es in a seemingly impossible situation. He's already gotten 1, waiting for the swing on the second. The turret, 7 bullets. Will it be enough? They don't connect. They don't connect. And Sugetsu's just gonna be able to spam his way through. Oh my gosh, no, not like this. He pushes out. He's already gotten it to half. It's a whirling dervish.
What is going on with this guy? This is why the lockdown falls behind him. He stays in the position and gets that shot on Aspas, then finds this follow-up too. And he's the final 1v1 to close it out, but they get another chance if they lose this one.
The dart to set up Aspas, the turret cleared. Meanwhile, there's already aggression towards A.
The fact that they've stopped this is a huge success point here for Loud, because they were trying to fake a little bit more of a default setup going here, and they wanted to pop on it.
And they stopped it with 2 players on the side of Loud.
And that smoke took a long time to actually go down from 2Es as well. Still going to set up for the execute now that Sugetsu's joined them. They have this fatal.
CNET has a judge. A judge in Blades.
Oh, he could easily make something happen with that.
Oh, Sonic's ahead of it!
He has a judge too!
What a play from the leader! But Angel on the counter. A 4v4, his kills go back and forth, tit for tat. He's gonna try to escape. 2Es falls, less on the swing. It's all Sugetsu, he's been a hero. My goodness, he's gotten him here by himself, but it